So, last night was a huge game. It was a huge game, and I think that it proved one thing for good as far as in the WNBA discourse, that the trolls on Twitter are not a lot of times people in the stands, because the Indiana Fever sold out another game. They sold out another game just like they sell out every game this year. People were at the game going crazy for the team. People were going crazy for Caitlin Clark. People were going crazy for Aaliyah Boston. People were going crazy for, this team, Kelsey Mitchell. And it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Like, people are not that interested in whether or not, at the end of the day, what the hell Caitlin Clark tweets. Again, people just want to watch her shoot from 30. The reality of that is that how crazy people went when she ISO'd Chelsea Gray and cooked her in that possession. It's been happening all year. That's what the people are there they want to see. And it just shows, again, who the people that are actually fans of the sport are and who the people who aren't. And the reality is, if you look at the comments Caitlin Clark has been getting, it's from the same bot accounts that give abuse to the other players. Caitlin Clark has now added into a stage where she is now the target of the bots, as well as the target of the brain dead people that have been targeting her all year. She's a target of the WNBA bullies, and she is also now a target of the bots. But at the end of the day, none of that matters. Maybe the WNBA will try to do something about it. We'll put in some sort of preventative measures. So I think there are like softwares to basically, you can protect your players. I think tennis have done something. I don't know the reality of it. And it is, maybe something will happen. Something should have happened probably earlier. If there is any potential for that, it should. But at the end of the day, we know that the WNBA has a big problem when it comes to parasocial relationships, because their players are way too close with fans, which probably happens when there are so few fans. But they have the same problem that a lot of YouTubers have. These WNBA players are too close to the fans. They're getting too involved with this. They've all got Twitter fingers. It's a huge issue. It's an issue league-wide, and I don't think you can put in an AI system to stop that. But at the end of the day, today showed that, or yesterday showed that Caitlin Clark will still sell out a game. She will still sell out a game. Regardless. Like, she can quote, you can say, oh, she can quote unquote alienate the fans that you don't want. The reality is that, cool, the internet trolls are no longer going to use her name to spew the hate. Oh yeah, you better believe those internet trolls are still going to spew hate. Like, they're going to spew hate towards her as well. It's not going to be in the name of like Angel Reese or anything. It's going to be, these accounts are going to be there to cause havoc, because that's what they're there for. But the reality is, I can guarantee you, for an NBA TV game, yesterday was the most watched game. And I can guarantee you, I think Friday is on Ion. It's probably going to be the most watched game on Ion too. Because, ironically enough, like, it's just two basketball players playing. It is two basketball players playing. And we want to watch basketball. Like, yesterday was not a good basketball game from all standpoints. The refereeing was terrible. Both Caitlin Clark and AJ Wilson sucked. And I'll be objective about it. AJ Wilson sucked. We can talk about basketball. We don't need to just praise. At the end of the day, most people that are coming in to watch Caitlin Clark are basketball fans. The vast majority of them are basketball fans of the men's game, who have made the point of, she is the most fun basketball player to watch right now. Especially because the NBA is not going on. And regular season games in the WNBA matter more, because there's half of them. So they matter more. So these fans are still going to be here. Caitlin Clark, when they release that new Wilson basketball, once that new Wilson basketball is here, that's going to be sold out in like 15 minutes. Again. Because the reality is that the Caitlin Clark effect is and has always been about basketball. The reality of this is that the only thing that this entire situation is going to change is that, you know, those troll bot accounts, like people were actually looking through some of the Instagram posts being like, oh, where's the outrage for this going to be? The reality of this is that I don't think I don't think there should be selective outrage. Just like I don't think there should be outrage when it happens to certain players. I think like there's the same stuff that happens to Caitlin Clark has happened to everybody else right now. Everyone's like, oh, she gets it now, she deserves it. Oh, you only care now. And it's like, no, at the end of the day, it's bots. There's nothing you can do about it, whether it's direct towards her or whether it's direct towards somebody else. It's an unfortunate consequence with social media. Like, it is. Like, if you guys actually saw my full comment section, oh, dear God. Like, you've got to even, no matter what, even like on the freaking Mick Talks Hoops YouTube channel, I got to moderate my comment section. I got to put there certain words or certain things I allow and don't allow to stop this crap. And still, at times, it can get toxic. But that's just the reality of social media. And yesterday proved that social media and real life are different things. Because people are basketball fans. Heck, you're even hearing like Dave Portnoy be like, oh, disappointed that she's not voting for my candidate, but I don't care. Like, all these people are saying, every basketball fan is like, we actually don't care. And then there is a bot account with 0 Instagram posts and and a cat profile picture comments. I threw away my Caitlin Clark jersey, and suddenly it's like, oh, they're now turning on her, and it's like, no, they're trolls. They're internet trolls. Yes, the internet trolls are not turning on Caitlin Clark. The internet trolls Caitlin Clark has done something to allow the internet trolls attack her, and that's the problem with all this. That's the issue with all of this, is that the internet trolls, all they do need is one little thing. They need one little thing. One, not even area of weakness, just one excuse, and they will go on the attack. And unfortunately, Caitlin Clark gave them an excuse to go on the attack. Is it right? No, of course it's not. But that is the reality in the entire situation. There's nothing Caitlin Clark can do. There's nothing the WNBA can do. But yesterday, again, has shown that the basketball fans are there to watch basketball. I had 70,000 or 60,000 combined viewers in a short form and long form stream yesterday, or like in a vertical and horizontal between the game. Every single comment was about basketball, aside from maybe five comments not about basketball. Over out of 70,000 views and more than 70,000 comments in that spell. Like, the reality of this is that people watch Caitlin Clark for basketball, and now more so than ever is proof that people watch Caitlin Clark for basketball, because you can no longer say, oh, people only want to watch her because like, oh, she's like a certain political leaning. The reality is, if you want to watch someone specifically for being a certain political leaning, they'd be watching Sophie Cunningham play, and no one watches it out Phoenix Mercury play, even though they have Diana Taurasi, Brittany Griner, and the person that they think Caitlin Clark is. Like, I don't know. The reality of it all is, yesterday, as much as it is annoying to see, and I have a video, I've already recorded it talking about it, but like, now that you can obviously not put that on Caitlin Clark, you can't criticize her game. They're now like calling her embarrassing and privileged because, I don't know, she flops a little bit. I don't know. The bullies on social media, and the funniest part about this is that like, once you can no longer give out about her game, it went about stuff she can't control. And now that even the stuff that you said that she can't control, she effectively has said, yeah, I'm not that person. They're going to move the goalpost again. And the bullies in the WNBA and legacy WNBA media won't ever stop. And I made a video on that later. But the reality of this is none of that matters. When we're talking about why people are watching this game, when we're talking about the growth of of the WNBA, when we're talking about the growth of women's basketball, when we're talking about the growth of women's sports, what this current crop of WNBA players are doing is going to pave the way for the next generation. And it's just very, very unfortunate that these players have not been equipped to deal with this crap. I think thankfully it seems like Caitlin Clark's got a great support group around her to kind of pull herself away from the crap. So I hope she deals with it okay. But it's very clear that these WNBA players, a lot of them don't, and are like treating all the stuff that's being said, a lot of stuff being said about them online, as attacks directed from fans of a certain person, when the reality is that these people showed yesterday they were never fans. But the fans are in the stands. The fans are the ones hyped up the fever, complaining about the damn refs, saying Becky Hammond should have been chucked, going crazy for their team when Caitlin hits a shot, and looking forward to the game on Friday where she can hopefully redeem herself. And the fact is that there's millions of them. There are a couple of hundred bot accounts on Twitter, same people running 5 of them to just spam crap. Let's make yesterday a sign that, like, yeah, the bot accounts are just idiots. They're not fans.